days. I feel so lonely when I'm in a crowded space. You left me without direction.
For a relatively new band, they're about as big a deal as it gets. But don't just take our word for it. Look at this.
Please welcome Michael, Luke, Callum and Ashton.
Yay!
So nice to have you here this morning. My goodness me, what a time you've been having. This has been a mad few years for you guys, hasn't it?
It has. Yeah, it's been like 2.5, 3 years now of just, you know, craziness being a band, I guess.
So it started. It was you three first of all at school, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So who's the initial person? Who's the instigator?
At very first, we were about 15 years old, and Luke started putting up covers on YouTube. And Michael came up to Luke, he's like, we should start a band. And no one really knows how I got in the band, I just kind of wedged my way in.
I just showed up. He was friends with me and Michael, so I kind of like, I don't know, he played guitar and it worked, I guess.
And then we did that for like a little while, and then we booked a gig because we wanted to be like a real band, and then we needed a drummer, and we knew Ashton, and then he just was the missing.
And it was when Ashton started, that's when it started to get serious.
Well, I owned a whip, and I came around, and no, it was just, I'd been in lots of really bad bands, and I've been in metal bands and all types of bands, and I've seen these guys, I met these guys, and, you know, instantly became really good mates, and, you know, we did our first gig at a pub in Sydney.
How was the first gig?
It was awful.
Yeah, terrible.
Did you?
We did lots of bad, like, covers of Blink-182 and everything like that, and 12 people came. There was supposed to be 200, and that's what Michael told me, and that's why I did the gig. He was like, oh, there's going to be so many people there.
It's all built on a lie.
Band built there.
Your fans, like right from even back then, you sort of had this sort of core group of fans that have been very dedicated and very loyal to you. But the big thing that came in was when your manager put the dates, the One Direction concert dates, and went, right, you could do this. What do you think? To begin with, you were a bit unsure, weren't you?
We were sort of growing it in Australia on our own for ages, and we got up to, like, we did a couple of national tours and everything like that, and you know, we loved it, and we loved nothing more than playing shows and stuff like that. And then, yeah, that opportunity came, and we were unsure because we're nothing like One D, and it wasn't the type of thing we were going for.
Yeah.
But we thought if you put both of us up next to each other, people are going to see how different it all is, you know.
Yeah.
So, and, you know, we can't thank them enough. I mean, it's been the craziest 1.5, 2 years of our lives, you know, and we learned how to be a live band in arenas thanks to them, you know.
I was going to ask you about that because it's not something that just happens. You do have to learn how to do it, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. I think to be a good band, you have to just play a bunch of shows, and you have to be a bad band before you can be a good band, I think. And I don't know, we just played a bunch of shows, and they gave us the opportunity to.
But you can't be a bad band too many times doing shows. You actually work really hard for a year just on yourselves.
Like, all of last year for us, while we were touring with them, was basically just like learning, you know, our stagecraft and how to be, you know, a good live band, and that was kind of our goal.
And they were very helpful as well, weren't they?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I remember Niall used to watch from a little crack in the stage every night for 132 shows or whatever it was, you know. They're really supportive, and it's nice that they're supporting something that's rock and stuff like that, you know. And a lot of the audience don't like it sometimes, but, you know, luckily some of the audience do like it. So, yeah.
Well, you're 2/3 of the way to your European tour, is that right? Yeah. America's next. This is worldwide. worldwide now. Do your audience vary? I mean, can you see the difference between European fans, the US fans?
I don't know, it kind of varies a little bit. Europeans speak different languages.
That's a fact.
Oh.
No, but the good thing about our fans is that they they're great everywhere. They're very dedicated.
So cool. You can spot them from a mile away, can't you? They're the cool kids with dyed hair and they've got the band shirts on and the ripped jeans and they just look cool. You know, you can spot them from a mile away. It's just like really lucky, and they're just like. They just copy what we do, and it's like they're just like a little army of, you know.
Cool. And they are incredibly dedicated. Well, they're outside.
I know.
There they are. There they are.
There they are.
Hey. Just a few of them on the other side of the road as well. Are you all writers?
Yeah, that's a really cool thing about this band. We really pride ourselves on writing our own songs and playing our own instruments, and being able to actually put on a entertaining show.
Put on a show. And the other great thing is, I know people say to you, you're away from home a long time, don't you miss going back with your mates? It's got to be the most perfect job for you, because you are seeing the world with your mates.
Yeah. That's a good point, man. We didn't really have any mates. It's just us. It's just like us four. And, we just stick by each other because we're a little weird. But yeah, I don't know.
Let's not talk about that.
It must be pretty cool when someone like Ed Sheeran then comes out and covers one of your songs. We've got a little clip of him yesterday here.
Look so perfect standing there in my American Apparel underwear, and I know now that I'm so down. Your lipstick stain is a work of art. I got your name tattooed in an arrow heart, and I know now that I'm so down.
What did that feel like? Hearing
So
him?
cool. It's just like he's such a big inspiration to us. Like when we first started, we did like Ed Sheeran covers. We used to cover his songs, and I used to, when I used to play in the pub and stuff. Like it sounds really funny, but like when I used to play in the pub, like even by myself, like I used to cover his songs.
Yeah.
It's just really cool that he's playing one of our songs.
Incredible.
Who does what then? So how would you let's go down the line and because everyone, it's the sum of its parts, and everyone in the band is incredibly important. They all bring a different thing to it. So first of all, Michael, how would you describe Michael?
Michael's the crazy guy.
Yeah, the crazy guy.
I'm the weird guy.
Michael's sort of like the rock spirit in this band, I think. He sort of reminds me of like Derek from Sub 41 and stuff like that. And I don't know. You gotta love Michael.
And Luke, how do you describe him?
Good legs. Really strong legs.
Really great guy.
You can't describe yourself. It's the others that are.
I'm great.
Luke's like the perfect guy to be standing like in the middle of the stage. He's like the one. You're very just a good.
Whenever I look right, he's always there.
Whenever I look to my left on stage, you're always in the middle.
It's always where he's supposed to be.
Which is handy, actually.
Which helps.
You can follow instructions.
Callum, how do you describe him?
Callum started us all on songwriting. He came in one day to band practice like 3.5 years ago, and he said, "Look, I've written a song." And we were like, "Whoa, what do you mean?" And that was out of my limit or something. It was a song called Conversations.
Bad.
I think Callum is actually the weirdest person in the band, but I think he hides it so well. And you're in denial. You're in denial.
He used to have an alter ego, but we won't talk about it.
Yeah, really?
No.
See his face now.
I know,
I think he probably
panic.
would appreciate it if we did leave that. And finally, so Ashton, how do you sum him up?
Ashton was kind of when he joined the band, that's when we call the 5 Seconds of Summer came together. So he was the guy who was like. He was like the driving force behind the band. Literally, like he used to drive us around and stuff. He was the only one who could drive. And when he joined the band, we kind of took it seriously. And he's kind of like the older brother. Yeah, father of the band. The grandpa.
He's like the Rock. Like not the actor The Rock. Like
the Rock.
Yeah.
We've in your honour, we've actually invented a game. It's called 5 Words of Summer.
Oh,
It's about 3 seconds to figure that one out.
You know what?
Jeff, what you got?
Okay, chaps, all morning we've been asking your fans. 23,000 of them have actually sent comments in today, or at least a large portion of that number. We've asked them to describe 5 words to describe an object associated with summer. So you're going to decide after seeing the clues what you think that object is. You got it, lads?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, here we go. The first one. And by the way, these could be suggesting there's something slightly different to what they are, so please be careful with what you say. So the first one, creamy. You can see where it's going with this. Sticky. Tube. Protection. All right, it's going well. Sunny.
Toothpaste. Sunny, not sunny.
Is it toothpaste?
Runny.
Is it?
These are no. This is
Remember,
this is
summer
sunscreen.
related.
Sunscreen?
Summer related.
Surely it's
Sunscreen?
Why did I say
Sun cream, that's right. I don't need to... Anyway, right, this one. This is big, yellow, curved, inflatable, and water.
Oh, I know.
Go on.
An inflatable banana.
It is a banana boat.
Well
Been on a few of those? Here we go.
banana boat?
The next one from Kira. It's big, colourful, inflatable, round, play.
A ball.
What kind of ball?
You can't describe something as play, surely.
Play.
You play with it.
I don't know. How do you describe? You can't describe something as play.
Oh, you got it. I think you got it.
I think they got
You
the beach
play
ball.
with it.
They said beach ball.
Beach ball. Cool,
Beach
moving
ball.
on. Daniel says it's round, it's fast, light, distance.
Distance.
Okay, we're moving on to the next one. And throw.
I've got it.
Frisbee.
I've got it. Yeah, I
It is
reckon. I say frisbee.
We've got one more. It's CD player, new. That's right, well done.
Yeah.
Well done, boys.
Well done.
Congratulations.
We've actually got a little gift for you because we know you were a long way.
You what? Oh, knock the water over.
Oh, no.
Don't worry about it.
Got to. You know what? It was actually amazing.
Is it good? Okay,
Yes.
well, our pleasure.
You guys want to smell the Vegemite?
I like Vegemite.
There's an offer you don't get every day. It's also
Oh,
loud.
we're never going to say no to that.
You having a Tim Tam?
Yes, I am. Go on, you read this bit.
No. Oh, come on. I know they're limited supply. I'll have half of yours.
You take it straight. That is coming up next.